Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. Let's take a little break from the ongoing series of my 5,800 album series that we're doing. Let's do a haul video. I haven't done a haul video in like 3 months. So I've been really holding back and not buying a lot of stuff, been enjoying what I have, and actually been purging a ton of stuff. But over the summer, in the last few months, I have bought 3 really cool box sets that are really cool. $12 CDs that are really pretty good for dollar CDs. You're going to see that. And I'll show you a vinyl album as well. But let's start with this is pretty cool. If you're a fan of Wishbone Ash, you never find, at least here in America, Wishbone Ash on 45. It just doesn't happen. Because they didn't really have 45 Wishbone Ash. They never had a hit in America, hit single. And I looked into finding at one of the record stores, Mr. Cheapo's. I found 3 Wishbone Ash promo 45s. So this was way cool. I will show you. Here is a promo 45 of Get Ready. Now, if you know Wishbone Ash, that is from the Number the Brave album. And that's a 2-sided promo, both stereo versions. And this is a great version, I think, of Get Ready. It's a great cover. This is a different version of the song than's on the Number the Brave album. It's got Claire Hamill on background vocals. They kind of subbed her out on the vinyl on the album. So this was a great find, and I think it's a really good version of Get Ready. Very different, real rockin'. Then I got this one. Here is a 45 promo of Silver Shoes, which is from the There's the Rub album. And you get a mono version on one side, and you got a stereo version on the other side. This is the 45s are edited. It's not like the full version that you find on the album. So it's an interesting experience. This really does sound really good on 45. It pops. This one does not sound so good. This is another one from Wishbone Ash, Lorelei, an amazing song from probably my favorite Wishbone Ash album, New England. And this one is heavily edited. You get a stereo version on that side. You get a mono version on that side. But like they do on 45s to get radio play, they heavily edit the song and just doesn't work as well as the album version and doesn't particularly sound so great on this 45. But that was a really cool find. 3 45s of Wishbone Ash right there. And that is a pretty cool find for me because you just don't find Wishbone Ash on 45. Now, I bought, over the last 3 or 4 months, 12 CDs, and each one of these was $1. And they're pretty good. So let's see this one. Here is Dave Edmunds. Now, if you're watching my collection, I have a best of Dave Edmunds already, but it's more of the early years. This is a cool one. This is called From Small Things, the best of Dave Edmunds, and this is on Legacy. And you can see the track selection. You got 16 tracks. And this is a very different best of than the one that I currently have, which was more of the Swan Song area. So this is going to complement my collection really well. And that is cool when I find things like that. All right, let's keep going. I read a book on Def Leppard, and that totally piqued my interest for some of the albums that I never really gave a thought of, latter-day ones. Here's the album X. And this was $1. So we'll see how this is. I have not heard this yet. It is in the backlog. You know that word from my channel. Next up, Sealed. $1 CD. Apparently this is a Target exclusive with a poster. And this is Hitsville, the making of Motown, the original motion picture soundtrack. This is a 2 CD set. Sealed. Amazing collection of tracks, as you can see. The history of Motown. This is going to be a great compilation, and I like good compilations. You haven't seen them yet on my video ongoing series because we haven't gotten that far yet. But that's a really cool find, and it was $1. This was $1 as well. This is an Allman Brothers Band live record called One Way Out live at the Beacon Theater. This is the only one I was missing from their regular albums, not the Deep Archive albums. And this is a 2 CD set right there, as you can see it. And the CDs are in mint shape. And I found this for $1. That was a great great find for me. Okay, let's keep going. How about Stevie Ray Vaughan? I was missing this one. This is called Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble Live, Austin, Texas, in the beginning. And I did not have this one. So looking forward to checking this one out. And that, of course, was $1, as all of these were. How about this one? A legendary jazz album. I never had it, and I'm glad to have it. John Coltrane and Giant Steps. And the great thing is about this one is it is remastered with a slew of bonus tracks. In fact, it more than doubles the length of the album. So John Coltrane's legendary album, Giant Steps, and that's a great find for $1. Now, this sort of makes somebody happy, because when I'm doing my ongoing series, my entire record collection, when we hit O, at least 2 people, maybe 3, said, you got to get Omar and the Howlers. And I always listen to the viewers. Let me tell you, I say I'm going to look for this stuff. I find it for cheap. I'm going to pick it up. And if I don't like it, I'll sell it. Here's the one some people told me to get. Hard Times in the Land of Plenty. 99 cents. Except I had a 40% off sale, so it actually cost me less than 99 cents. I got this at good old... in West Babylon, not Mr. Cheapo's, Looney Tunes had a good sale, and I got a bunch of stuff from them, and this, including this in the 99-cent section. So I was like, wow, that is a great find. This was an interesting one. I found this at my local library. I never looked for CDs there, but I might start because they had the most recent Lindsey Buckingham album, and it was, actually, I think I paid a quarter, 25 cents for this. Problem is, it originally came out, I think, in a digipack, so they kind of did it like this. I don't like this, even for 25 cents. I still got to look for the regular version. But this is in my catalog. It's a really good record. A really strong Lindsey Buckingham solo record, if you haven't heard that one. All right, I showed in my videos Danny Gatton. I got a 2-CD, what I call a mini box. Sure enough, I found sealed his famous studio record, 88 on Myra Street, and this is still sealed, and it was only 99 cents with 35% off. So this ought to be a really good listen. I'm looking forward to getting into the late, great Danny Gatton. I think there's a movie coming out on him, so my timing might be really good. All right, the Avett Brothers, I'm a fan of. I got this at that library sale also. I think it was 25 cents. Closer Than Together. This one was in a jewel box. So we'll see how much I like this one. I have a bunch of Avett Brothers. I think I have 3 or 4 of their albums, so this will be another one if it makes the cut. This is probably, the last 2 are commons, but I decided to pick them up. This is Belinda Carlisle, her greatest hits. You know what? I like the Go-Go's and the Go-Go's greatest hits. But I didn't have Belinda Carlisle solo, and she had a lot of hits here in America with these. Heaven is a Place on Earth, and I Get Weak, and Circle in the Sand, Mad About You. These are great songs. So I listened to this a bunch of times, and I really enjoyed it. And it is in my catalog now. So Belinda Carlisle. And this is what I call an upgrade. I have already Eddie Money's greatest hits called Pictures of Money. I found this one for $1, and this was at Infinity in Massapequa, and it's remastered, and I actually think the track selection on this was better than the other one, so I have already dumped Pictures of Money and replaced it with the best of Eddie Money, and an excellent listen. I listened to this already twice. It's already in because I knew all the songs, but those are the $12 CDs. Now, let's talk about some pretty cool stuff. I just showed this in the R's, if you're watching my channel and my ongoing entire record collection. Part 2 of R, I showed this Todd Rundgren, the Arena Tour Live. This is a really cool find on vinyl. This was a record store day, double live record, and it's gotten that thick, whatever, 180-pound vinyl, 180-gram vinyl, and looks really nice. And not the kind of thing I would have normally picked up, except this was at Infinity Records in Massapequa, and they were selling it. It's still in shrink, as you can see, and it's a double vinyl. They were selling it for a whopping $5, and I went to Chris or Corey, and I said, "You sure you ain't selling this for $5?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Sold." So hopefully it's a real good latter-day Rundgren album. And there's the price. It was only $5, so a good find for sure. And we'll see how good it is, and hopefully it's real good. We'll see. Let's put it up there, and hopefully this will not fall, because I'm not in the mood, David. Alrighty, let's keep going with the 3 rarities, the highlights. I found this at Infinity, and this one I paid $20, 20 Infinity in Massapequa. This is a fan club release from U2, and it's called a 22-track live collection from the U2 360 tour. This was only released to their fan club. And I actually have 1 or 2 of these fan club kind of releases, but not as anything like this, as big. I have small CDs, and they tend to go for a lot of money, and they're highly collectible. And this one opens up like that. Let's get rid of that. It comes with a U2.com right there. Really cool. And then it opens up like that. It's 2 CDs. This is not vinyl. There's 2 CDs. And on this side, it's a beautiful booklet. Really nice. I mean, I would say U2 really does give their money's worth in everything they do. And I think this is proof. Look at this fan club release. This is amazing. Amazing 2 CD live album. Only released for fan club members in this magnificent packaging, right? Isn't this gorgeous? And we're not even done with this thing. Look at that. That's what it looked like. Remember that? The claw. One of the biggest stages ever built. And it's still going on. Look at that. And there it is. So this is an amazing thing. I was so happy to find this at Infinity Massapequa. And it was only $20. I think these go for a lot out there in the wild, but I'm not selling this. This goes into my U2 collection, and I'm very excited to have it. That is for sure. Let's put Todd over there so he can see what that is. All right, 2 more to show you. 2 more really cool box sets. Please don't fall over there. All right, this is really cool. Again, Infinity in Massapequa, and this one I paid relatively a lot of money for me. This is Buddy Holly, and it's called What You Been A-Missin'. This is a bootleg. Now, I already have the complete Buddy Holly box set. I've shown that. I have a ton of Buddy Holly. I got his CDs. This is that other box set, the complete Buddy Holly. This is a massive box, and I've shown this. If you go to favorite box sets on my playlist, you'll see one there for that. But this one is cool. This is a bootleg, and this is by Vigotone. Vigotone did the Rolling Stones Voodoo Brew and Voodoo Stew that I just showed in my last video. But look at this. This is 4 CDs, all pretty much unreleased stuff, apartment tapes, demos, TV shows, all in amazing sound quality, apparently. I have not heard this yet. And when you open it up like this, it's got this box inside. And you open up the box, and there is a book, and there's what the 4 discs look like. Beautiful, clear jewel cases with gorgeous artwork. What You Been A-Missin'. And this is a thick, gorgeous box. Vigotone, right there, you can see it does an amazing job, or did an amazing job. And this is what the songs look like. As you probably know, as I've said, I'm a really big Buddy Holly fan. And just when you think you have everything, you kind of realize that you don't have everything. And that's when the bootleggers come in. And apparently, the quality of this bootleg is so great. This is the original version of it. Look at the artwork, right? I mean, this is unbelievable. It really goes into the whole history. There's an interview, and there's other stuff, and the guitars. And then it goes, really, there's the crash, unfortunately, and what was left over. How sad. Terrible. Pictures of the accident. Really sad. What a terrible loss. But I'm a huge fan, and he's just so fantastic. And just like I said, when you think you have everything, you don't. And sometimes it takes bootleggers like this to really go to town and do a wonderful job. This is what one of the CDs looks like right there. So you get multiple versions of tracks as he's working in the studio or in the apartment. But this is just great, and I'm really excited about having this. And for me, I paid $35, which is really a good price for 4 CDs of a super rare Vigotone bootleg. But I don't usually spend that kind of money, as you know, in the wild. But well worth it, I am sure. So there is Buddy Holly and What You've Been A-Missin'. And I got one more to show you. Don't fall. One more to show you, which was another great find. This one was back in Looney Tunes in Babylon. And this is this Tommy Bolin Boxset. And it's called Tommy Bolin, a two compact disc retrospective featuring rare tracks and photographs. It's called The Ultimate on Geffen Records. And that's what it looks like. Now, the price was $12.99. And I got it 35% off. So whatever, it cost me like $7 for this thing. But here's the cooler thing that I want to show you. When I opened it up, I brought it home. Whoever had this was a huge Tommy Bolin fan. And it's filled. This does not come in the box. Just in this. It came with magazines and fan club magazines from the Tommy Bolin fan club. They look like this, and there's a ton of them in here. Just a ton of them. So basically, you got a free collection of like all his a lot of his fan club magazines. There's a mail order thing. There's a postcard in here. I didn't mean to show his address, but I'm sure he's not there anymore. More fan club magazines. And look at this. Here's another whole stack buried in here of archive news on Tommy Bolin. So way beyond just getting the box set, I got all of this Tommy Bolin archive stuff. And that was really fun discovering that in the box. Now, as far as the regular box goes, it does come like this. A huge, big 12x12 booklet, as you can see. And this is the whole history, pretty much, of Tommy Bolin, as you can see. And I am a fan. And the nice thing about this box is it goes deep. So here's the 2 discs, and I'll show you inside. These are the 2 discs. And I'll show you up close so you can see what's on these things. But you get a whole slew of different stuff. From his solo stuff, and the Billy Cobham stuff, and other stuff as well. Deep Purple. Yep, this is way cool. So what a great find. And then the price was $12.95 plus 35% off. They gave this thing away. Plus I get all of this collectible archive stuff because the person who owned this box and sold it to Looney Tunes kept everything in there. So that was a great find for me. So beautiful looking box too. So there you go. That is my haul from the last couple of months. 3 really highly collectible box sets. And Buddy Holly and that U2 and Todd Rundgren. And $12 CDs and 3 Wishbone Ash 45's. Pretty great stuff. I hope you agree. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. We'll get back into my entire record collection, the letter S, which is going to be gargantuan. We'll get back to that probably on the next video. So thanks so much again. I'll see you next time on the Rosenberg Show. Okay, bye-bye.